In the U.S. Army, I volunteered for and served in Vietnam. Yes, our presence there involved politics. But when I looked into the faces and eyes of the Vietnamese citizens who thought there may be Viet Cong, even one in their vicinity, their expressions of panic and fear said these people wanted help, needed help, and our country was there to help. We were fighting for people who could not protect themselves. A high school classmate of mine, Lieutenant Jim Gibson, was another who answered the call, as were several more. Jim, and I'm sure some of the others, faced much greater trials than I did, but I've never heard a single complaint from any of them. When we came home, though, many of our military personnel were subjected to harassment, insults, and cruel, absurd accusations such as, "How many children did you kill?" by the so-called anti-war crowd, who today claim they were for our troops but against the war. That's just a shameless lie. They hated the uniform we wore and whoever was wearing it, and now they don't even have the fortitude to admit that. Among them were Hillary Clinton, whose entire career has been built on hate and lies. Her husband, Bill, who, while we were overseas doing our duty, was also overseas, organizing protests and demonstrations against his own country. And, unfortunately, it included some members of our same senior class. If you were one of them, perhaps you were misled. But you didn't have to be. You're good people. You have the capacity to think. But you instead allowed yourself to fall for the self-absorbed, feel-good lies of the cowards, the hippie anti-war crowd, who do not deserve what the brave members of our military, as well as private citizens who sacrificed everything they had back in the days of the American Revolution, have won for us and preserved for us for well over 200 years. No one in his right mind wants war. But do you really believe the bad guys of the world are just going to become humble, apologetic, peaceful, and kind if no one stands up to stop them? If so, you're either incredibly naive or incredibly and willfully stupid. There will always be people who want to rule others, to take what they have, or kill anyone who does not believe exactly as they do. No aggressor has ever been defeated by protests or protesters. Do you not value the lives and freedom of countless millions of people enough to be one of those who stand up for them, or at least support those who do? I am proud to know Jim Gibson and those like him. I'm disappointed in those of you of the other variety. So go ahead, vote for Hillary. You deserve her. You probably think that's a compliment, don't you? If she's elected, when she lives up to the record she's established so far, I'm sure you'll find a way to blame conservatives. But the rest of our country deserves much better.